Hello YouTube, it is me, Dropkick Prime here. I am very late to the party on this one. I've been very busy recently, to be honest, since I've got back. But this is my first ever Tfnation review of what figures I've got there. This was my first ever time going there. I had a lot of fun and I was very much surprised about what I got, to be honest. I had a list of what I was going to get. Surprisingly, most of them were recent figures from either 2 years ago or a year ago. No one had them. Well, one of my figures I wanted to get was a comic edition Straxus, and the other was a Generations Toxitron, the one that has the, I would say Prime mold, but Toxitron is literally his Prime. He ain't a Nemesis Prime, he's just a Prime. But no. I think the only one I got off my list was actually this guy. I got him cheaper than I expected. This is, as you see, Long Arm. I got him for about £10, just to be exact. He's a bit yellowed, but in some areas, but I don't really care. It's my version. I think this is like on all versions, I'm guessing. He came with his gun, but his gun was screwed into his hand, as you see. So I just unscrewed it and just left the screw in for some reason. I don't know if this was on a certain version of the figure, because I know the store I bought it from had a one in the background with it in vehicle mode with a Bumblebee. So I'm guessing came with in some sort of this one came in a 2-pack that had this version on him. But yeah, this figure's alright. Like I said, a bit yellowed in certain areas, but not much where it's end of the world. A little bit, may paint him up just a bit just to fix it, because too risky using that and that stuff that fixes the yellowing problem, because apparently it takes off other bits of paint as well, and I'm not risking losing any details over a little bit of yellowing when some painting and some carefully doing it so will fix that problem very much so. Let's just put him off here. My next one is actually an old figure, but just a redo. If anyone's here from watching Transformers Attack, oh, one of my figures just fell. Then remember I had a old version of Ratchet with his original colours. But that figure, when I just had my room done, I had that one for about when I was a child, like very young. It was one of my first ever Transformers. And his arm, his right arm to be exact, got snapped on the peg. It just completely went. So I completely forgot about it. I was a bit sad when it happened, but when I went to TFCon, someone was selling this version with his blade. Bear in mind, all the figures in this thing I got are together. All of them have their stuff, except one that's just missing its gun. But yeah, that's fine. I've left most of their accessories out because it'll be too much of a pain to try and find them. But yeah, I really much do like this figure. I'm happy to have it back in my collection, since the other version of this is the most recent part of the one of that 5-pack with the old 2007 figures, and my one's leg here keeps always popping out. It does not want to click in properly, so it's like I was thinking about custom painting that one up in G1 colours. But when I saw this, I thought, nah. And I gave it its 3D printed gun that I gave to my Ratchet. Alright, enough of that nonsense. Actually, the next figure I'm bringing out is one also that broke on me, but way before Ratchet. Here is, oh, some other stuff just fell. My Generations crosscut. What happened to my old one is that at the waist bit here, the mushroom peg, if it's, I remember that's what it's called, snapped. And my granddad helps me out by putting in a screw in my old one. It can still stand and whatnot. Actually, it can very much do a lot more poses still. This figure was is hard to stand most of the time, even with it. But yeah, it's still hard to stand, but when you get in the right spot of its vehicle, with everything's being posed properly, you kind of get it looking nice. See? It's standing. Ta-da. And now we'll just put him next to Long Arm, where he'll probably lean on. Now, we're going shortest to biggest tier for some reason. This was the last figure I got from the haul I brought back. This is RID Sharp Sharp. I cannot remember his name right now. It is, what time is it, Thea? I do not know. I do not have a clock in my room. Oh well. Yeah, as the rest of these figures so far, they all come with their accessories, backpack, knife, but they're all in a little storage box where I dump all the guns and whatnot. And it'd be too much of a pain because there's a lot of them from all the accessories I have off my figures. Some keep theirs, others don't because they have too much, or the weapons are too big. The next one is someone everyone knows, and so I'm surprised I got him for a better price than you see him on eBay most of the time. Steve. I have wanted a figure like this for a while. A Viacon. Well, then again, I think most people would want a Viacon because they're so good for army builds where you can just get... You'd probably be happy with just 3, maybe 4, for a nice little group of soldiers. It looks just really cool. Very generic. Just soulless. And another Transformers for Prime figure I got from the same store as this. APC Wheeljack. Both of these are APC figures. I've just slapped on stickers onto them of symbols. This one I got for about £35. He has his little grenade on him. And I done a little bit of thingy where I've took the screw out of his face, so when I do stop motions I can go just swap in his other face accessories. He's a figure I already have, but that was the Dark Energon version of him. That looks more like Slicer from Shattered Glass. Ooh. Another remold of that figure is Dead End. I thought I like Transformers Prime a lot, and most of the figures I would say that I got from here, from TFCon, not TFCon, Tfnation, sorry, are Transformers Prime related because I thought, why not? because I saw someone selling him for about £12, just about £12. Not surprised because one of his blades are bent in a certain way. I just need to eat. That's an easy problem to fix. His arm here doesn't like to sit in properly. If I remember correctly, he has a little bit of... here it is. Can you see it? He's got a little bit of chipping right there. Not that much of a bother. Again, I can paint over it if I want. But yeah. And I just like the colours of him. He looks so bright. And kind of cool. And that face, ooh. It just looks creepy. My next one is a Bumblebee figure from... Oh. Let's just move that out of the way. Is Bumblebee movie, Transformers, Dark Energon, Bumblebee. Ooh. This figure here is, as you see, is mostly made out of clear plastic. Like, the only things I think are not made out of clear plastic is the waist, the thighs, hands, and the chest and the head. But almost everything else is made out of clear plastic. Surprisingly, I got this for £25. So I thought, yes, because he does look really cool. And I've been trying to get this guy for a bit since I've been started senior school, actually. It was about the same time when I got my Dark Energon Wheeljack. I found out there was a whole lot of these guys who were in Dark Energon toy line. Megatron, Optimus, Starscream. I was thinking about getting them, but most of the time, most of those figures are either probably broke now, since clear plastic back in the day weren't that good. Then again, this figure's probably fine, I would say, because his transformation is very simple. I've had this figure before, the regular version of it, when I was a kid, and as stupidity works with me, I kept taking his hands out here, and the port here and here snapped off of it. So I'm not doing that anymore with any of the figures. Happened with my old Hotshot figure I got when I was making a Transformers Attack Part 10. I had to take his arm off, and in the process, his thing snapped as well. I ain't doing that ever again. I bought another Hotshot, did some custom painting on that one, kept the old ones blasters, painted them up as well. Not too much, just gave them some little bits where the lights are meant to be for more Transformer accuracy and whatnot. My next one is, yes, another Ratchet. Oh, why is it so glowy? Oh, no, I think that's sort of better. I don't know why it's glowing on him. Here is Shard Glass Ratchet. I got this one from Indie Man Toy Store, new in its box, and since I'm saying that, Shard Glass Optimus as well. To be honest, I think I'm one of the, I'd say, few Transformers fans now that would say the Earthrise mold is probably better than the 86 Optimus. I kind of like the simplicity of him. He ain't very complex. He's just, you put his hands in there, put his head back, feet together. It's just a very simple transformation. And I feel like what you get with a figure is good. Yes, he doesn't come. He only comes with a blaster and the Matrix, which I've taken out. But yeah, I feel like he should probably come with more accessories. Maybe an axe, which I probably will get like a 3D printed one. I just paint it up for him. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Here is the final one of the smaller figures I bought. This was the one I first got. I got it just with Dead End and Dark Energy and Bumblebee. I got this one for £30 and I was shocked. If you're a TF Transformers Prime fan, you know of the first edition line. And you know if you look on eBay, all the prices for... Oh, let's just move these guys back. This guy is phenomenally expensive. Like, it cost you a lot just to get this guy. I got mine without his blasters. As you see, I took this guy over here's blasters and literally just popped him on him. I got him for £30. £30. Yeah. I'm not lying. He literally had a tag on saying £30. No damage to him. Except from when he was... I think this is when he was made. The paint splodged and just went on his vehicle mode. He's missing his gun. There's a little... I think that is... No. There's no actual damage to him. I would say... I had an early pass, so I was very thankful for that. I went to the convention with my aunt. She lived in Birmingham. So she dropped me off there. Actually, she didn't drop me off, I should say. She came with me. We saw a lot of stuff there. We saw some person dressed up as animated Shockwave, the one where he is purple. And we saw... Well, I saw she went off somewhere to talk to someone. She saw. I saw someone dressed up as, not fully dressed up, just like just a head and some clothes, shirt, like tracksuit and whatnot. Dressed up as well from the IDW comics, and animated long arm with the little bit up top where shows he's actually Shockwave. I saw someone dressed up as IDW Drift. If I remember correctly, she won the competition. That was a very good costume, I will say. I didn't really get that many photos, to be honest. I was just very much overwhelmed by what I saw. Most of the time at convention, comic cons I've gone to about 4 so far in my lifetime. Sorry, not 4. It's mainly just one area of Transformers, with not that many rare stuff. I mean, when I last went there to Comic-Con, they were selling Shower Glass. In fact, I think they've been selling them for the past 2 years. I was hoping to get this one version of Rodimus Flame Toys, I think it is. Someone was selling it for about 140. He had none of the accessories, though. Like, I just thought it was a rip-off. To be fair, it's the people who were selling that Ratchet. They surprised me by them only being an only cash store. And I thought, I only bought a card. They had some figures I did want. They had this version of Unicron from Transformers Prime that is in grey and red for £90. When I saw on eBay, it was about, someone selling it broken for about 100 and something. Definitely not just on 100, it was definitely a lot more. So I thought I wanted to get that, but then I realised his store was only cash only. So I thought, really? Like almost every store there did both cash and card. There was one that only did cash and PayPal, which I thought was weird. Just why only PayPal? I mean, both those stalls did not get that much business around, I would say. Like when some good rare figures did go here and there at them stalls, but the rest didn't. I got that Ratchet for 40. Very much good condition. Had all of his accessories. But yeah, I've gone way off topic. This figure is something everyone wants in their collection for a Transformers Prime. I am half tempted to customize this one into a hot shot since I got the head. But I feel like I'm going to wait until APC or Iron Warrior, I think it is. Or Iron Factory. I can't remember. They've changed the name, in fact. Iron Warrior, I think it is. No, I think it's Iron Factory. No, sorry. I can't remember their new name. But yeah, I'll probably wait until they make a new version of Bumblebee. Because they're definitely going to try and finish off the cast. So they've just done Arachnid, if I remember correctly, was their most recent one. Yeah, I think Arachnid was their most recent one. But anyways, I'm going very much off topic with my rambling. Let's just... my next figure. The rest are all stuff I'm very much happy that I got. Like, these are my grails, I would say. This is my favourite one. Mastermind Creations roller with all of his accessories. Bumblebee is the only one who didn't come with all his. I got this guy for 50 new in box. The person selling him had a lot of Mastermind Creation figures. He was selling a Getaway, that version of Mastermind Creations, Chrome Dome and Rewind as Cheetor, and that pink version of Rewind. I do not know who that's meant to be. But that's really it, to be honest. I haven't really fully... He said he had 2 wheels, 2 of the same wheels. So I thought, so he can't really properly transform. But when I got him out of his box, he didn't. So I think that was probably another copy he had. And he thought it was both figures. But, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, he's completely fine. The seller thought he had 2 of the same wheels. But nah. He thought he was defective, and I got him for £50. And if you go on eBay, well, you have to search for Google. If you try and search it up, Mastermind Creations roller on Google, you'll probably see a seller selling him for nearly £300. Yeah. I thought I'd save up a lot of money, but luckily I got him. Now, my next Mastermind Creations figure I got, which I just kind of referenced a bit, is this these two, the Lovebirds in the Transformers IDW, Chrome Dome and Rewind. I got these at a store early on, just actually after I got Bumblebee and Dead End. I wandered around for a bit and I found these guys. The seller was selling them just for, and I do mean just for, £69. all accessories, everything, just for that. And I thought, holy, no, that's the mother. That is really good. I just was shocked, to be honest. eBay, as I said before, they were selling their Mastermind Creation version for 150. I saw this and I thought, hell yeah. I got the comic book as well and the cards. And I walked off. Now, I'll just move these two away. This was my more expensive version. It's cheaper on eBay, but that one was used well. This guy was new. Mastermind Creations Turmoil. Going for £108, nearly 200, yes. But he, on eBay, was 140. Just about 150, actually, I should say, postage-wise as well. So I thought, this one came new, in box, untouched. I was flabbergasted, and I thought, hell yeah, take my money. And yeah, I was really surprised about that. And I'm just really, to be honest, just fallen in love with this mold. We need stuff like this from Hasbro, definitely. He's the size of a Voyager. Just a bit taller than Shattered Glass Optimus. I mean, god damn. And the black, he just looks so menacing. And I like how if you take his hand out, just whoop, it refuses. Pop it out. That was harder than it needed to be. And just slide this bit here. You can have a nice little effect of it just reloading. And I thought, that looks cute. Well, not cute, cool, I should say. He reminds me a lot as Megatron. In fact, I kind of thought the way his head is, it's like, he kind of looks very much a resemblance to the War for Cybertron version of him. Without the face and whatnot, and the visor, his head kind of looks similar. I wonder if that was a thing, was that just me? And definitely the biggest that I got, oh yeah, he ain't even in view. I got this from In Demand Toy Store as well. Commander Class Ultra Magnus. They were selling him for about just about £80, yeah. And I thought, why not? It was just I didn't see nothing else that intrigued me. I thought everyone's so hyped about this figure, about how it disassembles and whatnot. I thought, why not look and see what is making people so hyped about this figure? And to be fair, I can see why. He's very tall. I feel like he's definitely should be in a IDW section where you just put the Lost Light crew together, because in the comics, Ultra Magnus was tall. Oh. And compared to someone like Bumblebee, yeah. There is a clear difference in height, you should say. And yeah, that is literally, this is all that I got. I saw some YouTubers there, like Crosshair Productions. I can't really remember his name. Key JTV, I think his name is. A few others here and there. Didn't speak to them, but they were mainly hanging busy. To be fair, I was as well. Just mucking about with these. Especially Ultra Magnus and Roller. I was mainly hanging out in the chill out room for most of my time there. I did speak to some of the actors, especially... Ah shit, what's his name? He played Optimus Prime in the original 2001 version of RID. Very cool. There was... I didn't speak to the actor who played Jazz, nor that other girl. They didn't really have that much screen time for me to be interested. I thought, why not speak to the guy? I weren't born in that time when the show came out, but when I was younger, I bought the DVD versions of it, and I thought, oh my god, I just love them. I have myself a little Sideburn figure. Well, it was the Collector's Club exclusive version. I bought about a year ago now. Yeah, just about a year ago. Pretty much, yeah, about a year ago. I bought it because the it was just about close to time generation. That version of Sideburn, the Hasbro one came out. Sorry, and I thought they just reused Shadow Striker's mold, and I did not like that mold at all. I thought it looked way too skinny, and it kind of looked very breakable in a sense. It didn't sit right with me, so I made a 3D printed head. Sorry, didn't make a 3D printed one. 3D printed a head. Ooh, that springs out. And just gave the head onto Knockout, Legacy Knockout. That version of Knockout I did like. I still have the head. I don't know who I'll place the head onto. I have a few ideas here and there, because it is a good figure. It's a nice, cool head. I wonder if it would fit on RID Knockout. I got that one. That version of Knockout is cool. I'm kind of worried about it sometimes, where the arms are literally made out of clear plastic. Sorry about that. Oh, don't you dare spring out now. You wouldn't want that happening. Nope. Ah. Oh. Is it in? Yeah, it's sort of. Yeah, it's sort of in. Good enough. As I said, I can see why this figure is cool. But oh my god, I got worried when his head first came like this. Oh, these pop out. No, but I had the side bits here. See these bit here, as you see the gap. Let me just zoom in. As you see this little gap here, this whole section was just missing. Same here. And I was thinking, what the hell? So I checked the box over, and I saw there was still a goop, one of those bags you had to open up. So I thought, they would be in there, and turns out they were. And I was just thought, Jesus, that looked weird the way Ultra Magnus. I think people have posted about it before, but just imagine Ultra Magnus with no ears. It just looks so strange. But yeah, there was a stall selling 3D printed stuff. An Autobot chair, Decepticon chair, some little miniatures. Not miniatures, I should say. Figures that weren't really proper figures. Something you can just shake around for entertainment. They were selling props, like handheld ones, like proper props. Not like stuff that go on toys and that, like proper props. An ion blaster, Like, they were even selling some Warhammer weapons there as well. Bolt guns. There was a stall selling Star Trek stuff. I bought a badge from there for my brother. He grew up watching Star Trek. And he is an absolute nerd on it. Well, I'm a nerd in Transformers. He's a nerd in Star Trek. That's very funny for the lore of... Lore of... Let's put it together. No. The lore of these two. Shattered glass, or I should say, the symbol. Where, if I remember correctly in my history lessons of Shattered Glass, Shattered Glass was based on the episode in Star Trek. I can't remember the name. It was the one where they met their doppelgangers as their doppelgangers were evil. No, just evil. They're evil counterparts, and that's how Shattered Glass was made. They based it on that episode, apparently. And that's really it. This is my whole tour of what I got. There weren't that much stuff there. I didn't have that. I only had the early access for Saturday. I didn't go Sunday either. I didn't go for the Sunday event nor for the Friday event. I did see some BotCon stuff there. Someone was selling, at the end, a BotCon pterosaur. The one where instead of transforming into a pterodactyl, he turns into a jet. For about 90? £9. I did get something else. It was... here it is. Here's the box. I think anyone can agree. These are hard to find. The Combiner upgrade kits, they are hard to find by themselves. Like, anyone who sells their Combiner Wars figures has to have them for some odd reason by themselves. I think anyone can agree, it feels very annoying that you don't want to buy the same Combiner Wars figures just to get their hands and feet. It just seems annoying. I got lucky enough to find that for £40. A bit expensive, but I thought, to be fair, it would seem better than just trying to find one on eBay for cheaper. I think I saw someone doing that once. It was Superion's ones though, but he was selling both hands with only 1 foot for some reason. Very strange that was. And someone actually bought it. But yeah, that was my collection tour of what I got. This is now nearly half an hour long. Sorry, over half an hour. It's nearly 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. I ramble a lot. My God. But yeah, as you see, there is production going on. Final Assault is being made. As you see, you can see Twin Twist, Ironhide, and Ultra Magnus, and Springer in the background. I just moved them all out of the way to do this. But no, but yeah, it was very much a fun time there. I feel like I will go, but not very often enough. Like every so often. I'll go up when I save a lot of money, because I saw a lot of stuff there that I wanted to get. Someone was selling Triptychon, the Planet X version, both parts of him. I didn't see the price. Someone was selling. He was also selling Planet X Sludge and Ironhide and Ratchet for about 80, if I remember correctly, altogether. I do think Ratchet was less. About £10 less. I think it was about 70. Triptychon was definitely expensive. I never caught the price though. I wanted to get that Hot Rod Flame Toys. Yeah, I think it is Flame Toys. I did want to get him, but the only person selling him was, of course, someone who didn't have all the components and was only a cash-only store. But yeah, this is what I got. Oh yeah, nearly forgot. Final Assault is, as I said, is in the works. It's definitely going to take me long since the 6 weeks are nearly over. I'm heading to Nerdbase at some point next week to see anything good is up there. Oh yeah, as I was saying, Final Assault is in the works. Nothing, no voice actors have been called yet. But when there is, I can tell you this now, I will put it up on my posts. So keep an eye out. It's probably be in the next, knowing me, probably 2 months or so. Don't expect it to come out anytime soon. This is on my time schedule. When it's probably, it's most likely going to be out next year. But no. Anyway, Dropkick Prime, signing out.